Hi, I'm Heather. Welcome to class. Today we're going to practice Supta Padangusthasana number 1 and 2, and then we'll move in the direction of Supta Trivikramasana, which is the Reclined Three Stride Pose. And before we begin, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, to like, to share, to comment. These actions help support me in what I'm offering on YouTube and contributes to YouTube's algorithm sharing this content with more people who are searching for inspiration for their yoga practice. Before we begin, if you find this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. You will note I have my mat into the wall. We're going to access the wall with our feet when we lay down. I've also got a belt. I've made the loop about my arm's length. I'm holding the buckle up to my shoulder and stretching my thumb all the way out in that loop. You may need to adjust the size of the loop depending on your hamstrings and the stretch that they have. Let's lie down and press the feet into the wall. Draw the buttock flesh under towards the feet as you recline. Leave the belt for now. Catch the right shin, draw the knee to the chest. If the knee doesn't like flexing so much, catch behind the knee so that you don't have to flex the knee so deeply. As you're doing this, as you're flexing the hip and bringing the knee more towards the chest, suction the left thigh down and be sure to press the left foot into the wall. Feel the heel, the ball of the foot, particularly the inner aspect of the ball of the foot, as you're rolling that inner left thigh down. Let go of the grip of the shin, keep your hip flexed, take your belt and put your belt around the foot, hold on to the belt with the handles there that you've created in the loop. Again, pull the knee towards your chest as you're pulling the belt on your foot, then go to straighten the leg. Now initially we might feel a bit stiff, so let's do a couple of bending and straightenings. Bend the knee again. Suction the left foot to the wall as you straighten the right knee. Again, bend the knee, keep the left thigh pressing down, and once more, straighten. And once more, we'll bend. This time we're going to hold the leg straight. Left thigh presses down, right thigh presses away from the chest as you're straightening the knee. As much as you're pulling on the handles of the belt to draw the foot towards the head side, that right thigh bone is pressing away from the chest. Go on accessing the strength of the left leg by pressing the left thigh down and working the inner foot into the wall. Then bend the knee, remove the belt, leave the belt for now, suction the right foot into the wall, catch the left shin, draw the knee to the chest. Once more, if the knee doesn't like flexing so much, catch under the knee. But do your best to bring your knee higher up towards the chest. Shoulder tips are drawing down towards the floor so that your neck is neutral. Work the right thigh down. Suction the back of the right thigh towards the floor and pressurize the entire right foot into the wall, particularly the inner foot. Feel the heel and the ball of the big toe particularly. And keep your hip in flexion. Take your belt, put that around the foot, hold on to the handles of the belt, straighten the leg just momentarily and then bend again. Work the right thigh down, press the right foot to the wall as you straighten that left leg again. Once more, bend. Again, straighten, both knees straight and bend. This time when we straighten the leg, we're going to hold. Pressurize the inner right foot to the wall as you straighten the left leg. Now, as you're pulling on the belt, we want to pull the foot towards the head side, but actually press the left thigh away from the chest so that we're straightening the knee. Open the back of the thigh and the back of the knee. Keep the shoulder tips drawing down. That's why we've created such a big loop in the belt. So the elbows can be bent and the shoulder tips draw down. Then bend the knee, remove the belt, and rest for a moment. You can set your feet hip width, relax the arms, the hands, the legs and hips. Now we go again. This time we're going to start with the left leg bent. So actually start with both legs bent, feet on the floor, but do stay that proximity to the wall because eventually we're going to slide the left heel along the floor and straighten the leg and press that left foot to the wall. Again, let's put the belt around the right foot. Hold on with your handles. Draw the knee to the chest. You might find it easier to draw the knee to the chest with the left leg bent. Then straighten the right leg. You might find it easier to bring in the hip flexion and draw your foot more towards the head side with the left leg bent. So we notice that. Let's bend the knee again. Keeping the deep hip flexion. Straighten the right leg. Open the back of the right knee and bend. This time let's hold. Again, as you pull on the belt, you're pulling the foot towards the head side, but press the head of the right thigh away from the chest, then slide your left heel away from the body and suction the left foot into the wall. And you'll notice that as soon as you press your left thigh down, the right leg will move a little bit away from the torso. Then go on pulling on the belt, drawing your shoulder tips down, breathing smoothly. And then release. Bend both knees, remove the belt, pause, feet on the floor. Keep both knees bent. Put your belt around the left foot and draw the knee towards the chest as you pull on the belt. Right leg stays bent. Already you might notice with this right knee bent that the left hip flexes perhaps more easily. Then straighten the leg, and you might notice you're feeling more supple. It's got to do with this right leg being bent. Then bend the left knee. Again, straighten, open out the back of the thigh so that thigh bones are resisting away from the chest. Then bend. This time we'll stay. Straighten the knee. You can pull on the belt to draw the foot towards the head side, but resist the head of the thigh away from the chest. Slide the right heel away from you. Press the right thigh bone down, and you might feel that the left leg needs to pull away from you a little bit more. Inner right thigh rolls down, right foot presses into the wall. Keep breathing smoothly. And bend both knees. Release the belt. Have a rest. Feel free to straighten the legs or keep the legs bent as you relax. We've been working on number 1, Supta Padangusthasana number 1. Now we go to number 2, where we take the leg out to the side. We're actually going to start with the left leg bent and take the right leg up. Use your loop. As we intend to take this leg out to the side, we're just going to be holding the belt with the right hand. So get your right hand in the loop or hold up a bit higher if you feel you've got that flexibility. Then as we take this right leg out to the side, counterlever the left knee out to the side as if you're doing Baddha Konasana with this left leg. Left arm can stretch out. Then come back to the midline with your legs. Let's use our breath. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg goes out to the side. Left knee goes out to the side. Inhale back to the midline. Again. Exhale. Right leg out to the side. Left knee out to the side. Back to the midline. This time we're going to stay. Exhale. Right leg out. Left knee's out as if you're doing Baddha Konasana. You can even rest on the outer left foot there. But as you're taking the right leg out to the side, you're pulling the foot up towards the head side, but resisting the head of the right thigh away from the chest. Then come back to the midline, release the belt, and we'll swap sides. Take the belt around your left foot, stretch the leg up straight, hold the belt, whether you're holding inside the loop or holding up a little bit higher, just holding with the left hand. Right arm can stretch out to the side. When you explore taking that left leg out, then also explore taking the right knee out, so that right leg is expressing Supta Padangusthasana. Then bring both legs back to the midline. Let's use our breath. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg out wide, right knee out wide. Inhale, back to the midline. Exhale, left leg out wide, right knee out wide. Inhale to the midline. This time we'll stay. Left leg out wide, right leg out to Baddha Konasana. And as you're pulling on the belt, as if you want to pull this foot up towards the head side, resist the head of the left thigh away from the chest. Both shoulders pinned down to the floor. Come back up, remove the belt, rest. You might like to keep the knees bent, or you might be happy to straighten the legs as you rest. Take your belt again. This time we're going to keep left leg straight, left foot suctioning into the wall, and put the belt around the right foot once more. Right leg up in Supta Padangusthasana number 1, then we'll move on to number 2. So hold the belt, stretch the left arm out wide, take the right leg out to the side. If you feel it's difficult to stay there and your leg wants to go over, your left hip lifts, use the wall. Press your left thigh back down to the floor, suction your foot into the wall. And maybe you can even use your elbow. That right elbow can come onto the floor. That may offer you a bit of extra support. But then also use your abdominals. Turn your navel to the left. Broaden the back of the left waist to the floor. Inhale, raise the leg back up. Remove the belt as you exhale and suction the right foot into the wall. Place the belt around the left foot. Stretch the left leg up and hold the belt with the left hand. Right arm out, left leg out. If it's really difficult, you could try taking the right foot a little further out to the right side of the mat, but make sure you're close enough to the wall. Maybe you need to bring yourself in closer again to really press that right foot into the wall. You can also use your left elbow, bend the elbow and set the elbow on the floor. But more than that, as you're pressing the right thigh down to counterbalance the weight of the left leg, turn your navel back to the right. Broaden the back of the right waist towards the floor. When you're pulling on the belt, as if to draw the foot up towards the head side, you resist the head of the left thigh away from the chest. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, remove the belt, rest. And then as you're ready, bend your knees, roll over, come to sit up, and we'll bring a bolster in. I've now moved my mat away from the wall. You could still potentially use the wall if you like having that feeling of suctioning the lower foot to the wall. I'm going to place the bolster across the width of the mat. This is going to support our mid to upper back. We'll still have our belt. Lean back into the bolster. Take the elbows off the bolster so that it's just your mid-back resting there. And we'll place the belt around the right foot. Similar kind of pose, only now the torso and the head are lifted. Keep your left leg bent, left foot on the floor. Pull the knee towards your chest. Now it's coming more towards the face. Then exhale as you straighten the leg, shin to forehead, forehead to shin if you can, and bend as you inhale. Exhale to straighten, pull on the belt, the elbows are out wide, and inhale. And then as you exhale, straighten the knee, almost as if you're trying to press the thigh bone away from the chest, even though you are actually bringing it towards the chest. But as you pull on the belt, draw forehead to shin as the shin comes to the forehead. Maintain that. Slide the left heel away from you, press the left thigh bone down, and lengthen the inner foot away from the groin. Then bend both knees and release the belt. If you need a rest, because our abdominals are working, if you're feeling tired there, catch your head and let yourself arch back for a breath or two. And then come back up, lifting the head. Take your loop, put your loop around the left foot. Hold on to the handles of the loop. Pull your knee into the chest. Keep the right leg bent. Right foot's on the floor. As the knee comes into the chest, left leg straightens. Can you bring your shin to your forehead and your forehead to your shin? And then bend. Let's remember to use our breath. So we'll inhale. Exhale as you straighten. Inhale, bend. This next one will hold. Straighten. The thigh bone's gently pressing away from the chest, even though you're pulling on the belt and bringing the shin towards the head. Lift the head up towards the shin. Then straighten the right leg. Slide the right heel away from you. Roll the inner right thigh down. Lengthen the inner right foot away from the groin. Bend both knees. Release the belt. Let's have a rest. Catch the head. Let yourself arch back so the abdominals can stretch and lengthen. Come up. Sit up for a moment. We're going to see if we can do the same pose, but actually holding the foot with our hands. Obviously, if you're feeling stiff, the belt's really helpful. Keep using the belt if you need to. Lean back again. Pull the right knee to the chest. Let's keep that left leg bent. Catch the foot. Then work to straighten the leg. Draw, even though the thighs, it is pressing away from the chest to straighten the knee, we're still wanting to bring the leg towards us. So if possible, we're keeping this degree of hip flexion with the thigh touching the abdomen and the ribs. Can you keep that degree of flexion as you straighten the leg? It might be helpful for you to get your left hand on your heel, right hand on the outer ball of the foot as you pull the leg towards you. Slide the left heel away from you. Press the left thigh bone down. Bend, and let's swap sides. Draw the left knee to the chest and hold your foot with your hands. Notice the proximity between the thigh and the abdomen and the ribs. See if you can maintain that as you straighten the leg. Can you keep your hip flexion? Can you keep your thigh in contact with your abdomen and your ribs? Bring your forehead to your shin and your shin to your forehead. It might help you to get the right hand on the heel, left hand on the outer foot. As you press that inner left foot up, then slide the right heel away from you. Lengthen the inner right foot away from the groin. Then bend and set your feet down. And again, you can have a rest. Catch behind the head, arch backwards. And then we come up. We're working on, or progressing to, Supta Trivikramasana, the Reclined Three Stride Pose. It can be a very challenging pose in terms of hamstring length. Let's try without our bolster and we'll see what happens. If you need to use your belt, feel free to keep using your belt. Lie down. Catch the right shin, draw your knee to your chest. At this stage, keep the left leg bent. If you can reach for your foot, feel free to lift your head up. Catch the right heel with your left hand, the outer foot with your right hand. Keep your thigh to the ribs if you can. Then as you bring your foot over towards the head side, the thigh might want to pull away from the ribs due to restriction here in the hamstrings. If that's the case, we observe that without making a fuss. We just go, okay, well, that's where I am at. But if you can, feel free to press down into your left foot. Lift the hips up enough that you can keep your thigh in contact with your abdomen. Bring your forehead to your shin and your shin to your forehead. Pull the toes towards the floor. And then we'll release. We're going to work on straightening that lower leg in a moment. But for now, left leg, catch the shin, just feel into that deep hip flexion. And then we catch the foot. Right hand can hold the heel, left hand can catch the outer foot. Bring your thigh to touch your ribs and see if you can maintain that. As you go to straighten your leg, you might again find your thigh wants to pull away from the abdomen, okay? We observe that, but just to see if we can keep the thigh in contact with the abdomen, press your right foot down and lift the back of the pelvis up a little bit and see if that helps give you a feeling of being able to stretch this leg more and more to the horizontal. Draw your toes towards the floor, but go on opening the back of the thigh, the back of the knee. Then release. Let's have a rest. Whether you want to keep the knees bent or straighten the legs. We go again. This time we're going to see if we can straighten that lower leg. Catch the right shin, draw the knee to the chest. Then catch your foot. Bring your leg into a deep flexion. So deep hip flexion, straighten the right leg, then straighten the left leg. Now we might find that the leg's hovering. We notice that. If we're intent on pulling this right foot towards the floor, the leg might hover. But to get the foot down, we might need to ease off. If we need to get that left leg down, if that's our priority, we need to ease off on the stretch in the right leg. So we can teeter from one to the other, exploring our mobility there. All right, let's release from that side. Pause. And we'll do the other side. Catch the shin. Then hold the foot. Bring your left leg into a straight position. Hip flexed. Extend the right leg, and again you might find that leg is hovering, but roll the inner right thigh down. Then if you prioritize bringing the leg all the way to the floor, we might need to compromise by allowing that left leg to move away from us. But then again, if we want to bring the left leg towards us, the foot overhead, then maybe that right leg has to cantilever up. So we can teeter from one to the other and just explore. Okay, and then release and relax completely. We'll leave our practice there. I will admit there's no way I consider myself a master of that pose. It's definitely something that I can keep working on. If you enjoy practicing with me, I invite you to check out the video library on my website, heatherkitchenyoga.com.au. There are over 450 classes in that library, and I add a new class every week. You can start your membership with a 7-day free trial. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me. For more in-depth teaching, check out the video library on my website, heatherkitchenyoga.com.au. The link is in the description box below.